it's TxStampin, Sharon. Welcome to Stampin' Live with Sharon. It is Thursday night, March the 24th. We're almost done with March. That's crazy. I want to welcome everyone who has joined me prior to the live. Welcome. I was trying to get in and do some chatting, but I had to pack Harley up, my pup. He is going away for the weekend because I'm going away for the weekend. So my son-in-law came and picked him up and I'm like, okay, go. I got a live to go to. Hello, Michelle Batson. Michelle is my friend who helps me during these lives. If you have any questions or want to know where's the blog, where's the website, whatever, you can type the @ and type her name, Michelle Batson, and she will guide you to where you need to be. So, hello, Sue. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Jocelyn. Hello, Tamika. Hi, Kay. Okay, down here in New Braunfels. All right. Hi, Gail. How are you? Hello, Teresa. I'm so glad you caught me live too. I love doing the lives. I feel like even though I'm on this side of the camera and I can't see your faces, at least you guys are with me and I don't feel like I'm just talking to a camera by myself. So anyway, if you're watching the replay, I hope that you enjoy this. I call it a fun fold. I don't know. It's just a unique fold. Let's call it that. We're going to be cutting the cardstock a little bit differently and making a cute panel or panel card, split panel card. I don't know what they call it. Everything has to have a fancy name. I just want to make a card, right? No, I didn't get a puppy. Harley has been here. He's usually the quiet one. Well, he has a big, deep voice. So if you ever hear him bark, you'll know. He's a big 80-pound mutt. But Harley and Stella, my sweet little girl who passed away, they were best buddies and she bossed him around. He and I both miss her terribly. So anyway, Harley is enjoying being pampered. So he is still the only pup. I did not get another puppy. My friends keep telling me to, and I'm like, not yet, too soon. Well, hi, Dee Dee from Tyler, Texas. I do hope you're doing okay. I know Tyler, East Texas got so many tornadoes. I know Gilmer got hit. So I hope that your family is safe and did not have any damage. Yeah, Lee, she passed away the day before Valentine's. So yeah, too hard. So anyway, yeah, it was really sudden. And so I miss her, but I know that she's not in pain. So that's the big thing. So hi, Carol, how are you? Okay. Hi, Katie hi, Millie Clark. I'm from Kentucky too. Okay. I'm just trying to read the chat. I love to read. I get so into that. So, anyway, we are going to get started and I think we have quite a few with us so far. So, oh, you like my shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lavina said, told husband he had to wait till later for dinner. I have to go see Sharon. I'm sure y'all's husbands love me. I'm sure they're like, great. It's that crazy Stampin' lady. So those of you who are new to my channel, I do want to welcome you especially. I'm happy that you happened upon my channel, however you got here. I do invite you to subscribe below. And then while you're down there, go ahead and hit that little bell. You'll be notified every time I go live like this, or I upload a video here on YouTube. So I go live twice a week. I go live on Mondays with my Mystery Monday stamping, which is always a lot of fun. We have some good times with our mystery stamping. And then I go live here on Thursday night. So coming up in the summertime, I may be at the beach. So there may be some pre-recorded videos coming. Just giving you a heads up, ladies and gents, because that could happen. But at any rate, I will still bring you new goodies and new projects. Speaking of new, the Stampin' Up! New catalog, the annual catalog, will be coming out in May. And I did send out an announcement. If you're on my newsletter list, oh, we need to talk about the newsletter list. You can subscribe to my newsletter list below the video. In the morning, my newsletter people will get a special announcement. So those of you who are on my newsletter list, you want to watch for that newsletter in the morning. What did I think I did it about 11 a.m. Central. I did it after I'm out of town. So it's a total surprise. And I hope that you enjoy it. So hi, Trish Lappin from Dallas. It is still daylight here at 7 o'clock. I had to reach over and pull down one of my shades because it was kind of blinding. So anyway, all right, let's get started. So I made this card and I loved it because it has kind of a peekaboo. I called it a peekaboo, kind of a fold. And then my stamping is on the inside. So you can see the stamping here in this little panel. You could easily switch this over and have it more centered and do your stamping more in the middle if you didn't want it seen. So many options to use for this card, okay? I chose Oceanfront, and obviously there's no sentiments or greetings in Oceanfront. So when I was making my card, I picked Blessings of Home because at first I was going to do a thank you card for inspiring me, because when you all share your cards, you inspire me, okay? But then I saw this long, skinny greeting right here, and it's still, I love this sentiment as well. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. So everybody needs to remember that. We are all a blessing in one way or another. So I paired these two stamp sets up and made some super quick, easy cards that I think you're going to really enjoy. So thank you, Mary. I'm glad that you enjoy that card. Thank you, Teresa. Hello, sister. Oh, Coral says, hello, sister Kay Zurico. I know I don't ever say that right. I'm so sorry. But I love it that Kay and her sister Coral are on here together. All right, so we're going to get to stamping and making our card. So I have my pieces all ready. Now, as always, I do have a free download for you at 8 p.m. Central after the live. Okay, it is it's going to be on my blog. You can look below the video for the link. Anytime you ever see a link for one of my lives, you're not going to be able to get that access to that blog post until after the live. So don't go anywhere. Don't be going and looking now, because you need to stay here and watch me make this card. So I'm so glad you love the card, Katie. Thank you. Okay, so I've already cut my cardstock, and as you notice, it's kind of a funky piece of cardstock. Okay, it's just got a little flap. All right. We need to go ahead and give it a good crease with our bone folder. I am using the basic white thick. Now, look at that. I want to show y'all something. Oh, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let's see. Can you see the jagged lines? Sometimes, let me see. Can you see it? There. Okay. Sometimes when you fold the cardstock, it does that because the cardstock is so thick. So what I like to do is fold it the other way, and we're going to crease it. And this time it won't do that. Have y'all ever noticed that? Thank you, Cindy. I'm so glad that you love my card. So now we don't have that jagged look. And then when you open it up, it doesn't look as noticeable. Okay, so little tip for you. Hope that helps you if you ever get that cracked look on your card. So hello, Marlene. So glad you're here. I'm glad you love my card. All right, so we're going to do some stamping first. All the measurements, like I said, will be on that download. You know why I started doing the download? I started doing the download for two reasons. One, so that you would remember the card, because how many of us are bombarded by Pinterest, YouTube, blog posts, and then we forget where we see something, and then they don't always have all of the measurements for you. So I like to do the download for that reason, so that it helps you. You can just print it off and then be able to have it in your binder. Keep it, keep it there for you to look at. I also do the download so that I don't have to remember the measurements. Isn't that terrible? But you know what? I'm so at ease doing the lives, but yet I get off on the measurements. I think this is 2.5 by 3.5, but I don't know. All right. So in the download, I didn't know what to call these pieces because they're just kind of blobby pieces, right? So I'm calling this the sky and I'm calling this the water. I don't know. Well, thank you, Delina. I'm so glad. Oh, you want to know if it's big enough to hold a gift card? Great idea. Let me grab one. Okay, we just happen to have a Target card here. That one looks a little bit little, but look at that. I think so. You could put a little pocket there. What a great idea. Let's see. Virginia says if you cut your card so that you fold on the grain, it also helps to avoid the cracking when you fold. You know, Virginia, that is true. But the only one that I noticed does the cracking is the basic white, the thick. Okay. All right. So now that we resolved that, what a great question. Okay. So we're going to start with our sky, and I'm going to use Balmy Blue. To get a lot of ink on there. And I'm just going to start at the top. And I really like to press it and give it some time for that ink to really absorb into the cardstock. Mary says, I used that stamp set and stamped the water and then turned the stamp set upside down and made the sky without re-inking. Oh, well, that's a fun idea. Oh, see? We got a little bubble there. There is a little bubble in my stamp. Now that I have ink all over my fingers, y'all know what I'm going to do to fix that problem. But I really want to push that stamp down. So now I have inky fingers. We grab our hand sanitizer and get that ink off real quick. Gail says she has a Sharon notebook of cards. Yay, that's awesome. Hi, Brooke. How are you? All right, let's try this again because, you know, there's two sides to every piece of Stampin' Up! Cardstock. So even though we had that little bubble, let's do this one more time. Oh, Virginia doesn't use the basic white thick often enough. All right, so I want my water. I've got a jagged edge here, and I really want it to be down. All right, let's try this again. See if we get rid of our bubble. Virginia says thick, not think. There we go. That's better. I like that better. All right, so now, but you know what I noticed? I probably should have scooted it up a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. We just won't have as much beach. And then I'm going to come up here and stamp my ocean. And I love having the little wisps of white in there. It looks like white caps. Well, hello, Christine Davies. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit lighter because I stamped it in the blue. Oh, gosh. It wouldn't be alive if I didn't do something wrong. Heaven's sakes. Let's see what it looks like if we darken it up a little bit. Oh, goodness. All right, let's try this again. Let's see how perfect I am. And I love that I got my camera over there more, and I don't have to worry about putting my head in the camera. Love it. Mary said it looked good to her. All right, let's see what it looks like now. There we go. Oh, that's kind of a cool look. Okay. Little different. Let's switch and get some sand color. Now with the sand on my sample, I opted not to stamp off. But let's see what it looks like stamped off. And we'll get our sand. So let's stamp off a little bit. A little bit softer. There we go. And then I have my little sandy pebble looking stuff. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Announced retiring stamps. Who is sad about something they saw on the retiring list yesterday? I know I was sad about several things. I'm like, oh man, really? That one? Teresa said, I wondered why you were doing that. Because it's a live with Sharon, girlfriend. You know I'm going to mess up. Tamika says, I was screaming, that's the wrong color. You know, I always show y'all how to fix something. If I screw it up, I always show y'all how to fix something. Oh, my birds. Where's my birds? I didn't get the stamp set out with the birds. Okay, there's no birds on this card. But you can stamp birds if you want. Those birds came from Waves of Inspiration? No. Yes. Sweet as a Peach. Yeah, we're really sad about that one leaving. Mary Yates says she couldn't read the printed retired list. Mary Yates, did you get my copy of the retired list? Because I made it a bigger font. I made it a bigger font and I got rid of like the French and things that we didn't need. Mary is really sad about the retiring colors. Mary, I think I wept. I knew that Misty Moonlight was going to go away and that just made me so sad. All right, that looks really bad without the birds, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just showing you more the fold than I am exactly how I stamped this one. The birds are in the horizon. Let's grab it. On the horizon. Perfect. Thank you. We got to have some birds. The card looks naked. We got to get our birds here. Okay. So, Mary H, yeah, you need to look at my copy because I did the font bigger. I don't know who on earth they think can read that tiny, tiny font. And I'm like, absolutely not. There's no way. All right, this is the only Post-it note I have, but we're going to fix this by stamping our birds off. And we'll grab this. Terry says, storm coming, birds smart. Birds are like, I'm out of here. There's a storm coming. Okay, there we go. We got our birds. All right, so now we don't look so funny. So let's put this over here. And now let's work on our card base. So we have our pieces. This piece was actually cut off. Looks like a stormy sea. Did you stamp the birds upside down? You know, that could be determined. Some of them are upside down. Oh gosh. You know, if I told y'all about the day I had, you would understand. I woke up not feeling great and I thought, oh no, what is going on? I was dehydrated. I had to go get some fluids today. I have never had that before. And I was so surprised because I drink water all day long. That's all I drink. So luckily I feel great and I am here tonight. All right, so this piece was actually cut off. You know, my cardstock originally was 4 1/4 by 11. And I cut off 2 inches. And I really wish that this piece had been wide enough. You could make it skinny enough to use this piece right here. Okay, so that there's no waste. Okay, so you could do that. And but I just decided I wanted it a little bit wider, so that's why I didn't use that piece from here. So, but just a tip, just for you to know where that came from. All right, so I have some Night of Navy pieces that I have cut, and for a treat tonight to really entertain y'all, we're going to use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss because we need to emboss these. I like to put some silicone mats under here to keep this from moving around on me. Mary Yates, I have never been dehydrated. I was like, I just don't feel right. And when I called the doctor's office and they started asking me questions because they didn't have an appointment, they're like, we need you to go to the ER. We think you're dehydrated. All right. So I'm happy. I feel great. Once I got those 2 bags of fluid, I was like, I'm great. Let's do this live. So I used the Stripes and Splatters embossing folders. Now these are designed for the mini version of this, which is still on sale during March. But I don't find myself using them a whole lot, but it was perfect for this card. And so I'm going to do a this or that tonight. We're going to do a little quick this or that. And I want you to tell me, let me show you. I used the splattered one in the card here. You can't hardly see it, right? It's pretty up close, but I know y'all can't see it on the camera unless I really tip it and twist it and all of that. So the this or that for you is, do we want to try the stripes tonight? So let's see what the stripes. Now this is Misty Moonlight, the one that's going away. So that's the stripes. And then on my Coastal Cabana, you can really see the splatters. So we're going to do a this or that, and just really quickly tell me stripes or splatters. So if we want a different look to see the difference between the 2 cards, then say stripes or splatters. Which one do you want me to use? Who was it that said that? Let me go back up a little bit. Jan says, I am really interested to hear how in the world you became dehydrated if you're faithful about drinking your fluids every day. Is there something else going on? They did all the blood work. I was there for 3 hours. They did all the blood work and everything looked good. They do want me to follow up with my doctor, so I will. But yeah, I mean, my husband's like, what? That's all you drink is water. Okay, I'm seeing stripes. Stripes, stripes, stripes. Oh, now I see some splatters. Kay says, use stripes and turn sideways to look like waves. Brilliant. That one wins. Kay wins. Okay. So we're going to put our pieces in. You know, I love that idea. Do it like the waves. I'm going to put these both in like this. Okay. And then I'm going to put this in. I'm going to line this up. Let's see how we look. Oh my. Can y'all see that? It's so hard on the navy. There we go. Oh, this is going to be pretty. This is going to be pretty. Let's see. We have some more comments. Yeah, I'm going out of town tomorrow. We're going up to see our kids and grandkids and a friend of mine. And I'm like, I got to feel better than this. I don't know what's going on. It was the weirdest thing. And so I'm glad I called the doctor too. Okay. Do you think Stampin' Up! Will ever come out with an electric version of the Big Shot? No. I have begged for that for years. I mean, I say no, maybe one day. All right, so we're using an embossed piece of paper and we need scruff it with sandpaper or something for highlights. Okay, let's see if I have my sanding block. Do I have one? I do. Let's see what it looks like. I love this, that you guys are helping me create a card. Let's see if it does it. Not so much. This is an old sanding block. It doesn't do as much white. You know why? Because our cardstock is colored all the way through. It's softening it a little bit, but it's not turning it white. Good idea, though. Hey, I'm game for playing whatever you guys want me to do. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to add embossed paper, and we're going to use some liquid glue. Thank you, Nancy. You know what? This is an old shirt, and I was working on cleaning out my closet, and I found it in my overflow closet. I was like, oh, I haven't worn that in a long time. Yeah, if our paper had a white core, that would show. It did kind of soften it, but yeah. But you know what? I'm game for showing you guys anything you want. All right, let's get our little 2-inch piece here. We're going to add that. Swipe with white ink. Really? Okay. Where's my white ink? We're going to make this look like waves one way or the other, aren't we, guys? All right. Let's see what we do here. And you know what? Now that I've sanded it, I don't have as much raised. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'm not afraid to be a y'all's guinea pig. Oh, look. Because I did the sanding, I've got some fibers on there. Okay, that's kind of cool. What do y'all think? All right, let's do this one. We got to have matchy-matchy. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. We'll have to work on cleaning up my craft pad. All right, so now we're going to put the card together. Well, hello, Love to Craft. Glad you popped in. We are just now assembling our card. We're going to put this piece down at the bottom, making sure that we're lined up on the sides and the bottom. We're going to close this flap, and then, ooh, y'all like it with the white ink. I'm only adding adhesive to the top and the bottom only, okay? All right, so making sure that nothing moved, and it did just as I touched it. You might want to put a Post-it note there just to keep it where you want it. I don't know where my big Post-it notes are. We have a huge one. We'll just put this down like that, just to keep it where we want it. And then we're going to place this right here. Okay. Y'all love it with the white ink. Look at that. It is kind of cool. It does kind of continue the wave look, doesn't it? Okay. I'm glad y'all suggested that. Y'all are so creative. All right, where did I put my Night of Navy? And we will stamp our greeting. Now, when you stamp like this, you want to make sure you don't have any excess ink on this side. Although if I hit any ink, if any ink hit this piece right here, it would be Night of Navy, so I would probably be okay. But we're just going to stamp right there. Yay! All right, let's get our other card. You know, it's amazing. Look at the difference in the cards. I love that. I could have probably done the white on this too. However, I don't think it would look as good because it wasn't the straps. I love it. Great idea, guys. Okay. All right. So I have a couple of other cards that I did not do this fold because the Oceanfront stamp set is really a sweet stamp set. And it can make some sweet little cards. I loved this. Just looked like the Caribbean to me. I thought it was so pretty. And it's just simple. Just a simple thinking of you card. It really does enhance the picture, Sue. You're right. And then this was a fun one. Basically, my measurements were about the same. I did go a little bit skinnier, I think, over here. But I loved how I stamped my plant and just kind of had it on the water right here and then just stamped it across on this piece. Lavina, you're right. It really added texture to our card. It really made, because like I said, on this one, you couldn't see the embossing, but you can really see it on this one. So is that Pool Party for the water? This one right here is Pool Party. Pool Party and Balmy Blue. And then this one was Pool Party and Daffodil Delight. Had to get a little sunshine going. Jan said that my sentiment is the perfect for this fun fold. It really was. So mixing stamp sets, you know, I love to mix up stamp sets and make the stamp sets work for your needs. You know, I was making, oh, wait till you see my cards next week. They're masculine cards. How many have trouble with masculine cards? So my masculine stash for the family birthday cards was getting very low. And so I needed some masculine cards. So wait till you see what I did for next week's project. You're going to love it. Are the colors for the other cards in the tutorial? Did I do that? Okay. I will go double check that and I will fix that download if it's not on there. I can't remember if I did that or not. So anyway, does the tutorial include for the colors for all the cards? I will make sure it does. Okay. I know I put it on the supply list, but I will make sure per the card. I've got all the card pictured. I gave you the instructions for, I'm pointing at cards like y'all know. I gave you the instructions and measurements for this card, and then I just showed these other cards that were my extra inspiration. So next week's masculine cards, you want to tune in. If you're not on my newsletter list, you want to get on it before in the morning because I have a great special going on while I'm out of town. You know, so there you go. What was the blue of the water in the original card? Night of Navy. It was Night of Navy. So. Okay. All right, guys. The Creative 8 Retreat starts registration starts April 1st. Again, another reason to be on my newsletter list. Just saying, because we've got a special early bird registration for that. Yeah. For masculine cards, I used Enjoy the Moment to make DSP using grays, greens, browns. Very effective. Nice, Paula. And these would work for masculine cards. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, I will have fun with the grandkids and have fun this weekend. And I'm just glad I'm feeling better and I could do tonight's live because I was like, oh gosh, I'm in the ER. What's going to happen? But you know what? It all worked out. So I am so happy that I was able to play with y'all tonight. And I will go over and double check that tutorial and have it all fixed and ready for you at 8 p.m. over on my blog. So happy stamping, y'all. Bye.